say, there are some sensitive topics in this video, like death. So if that is triggering for you, you might want to watch another video of mine. And I have several videos that aren't about death, and you will enjoy them much more. This video is also from a 2-hour-long stream of mine. It will be broken up into several different videos. I hope you enjoy. We can just skip through this. This does not matter. Okay, we're gonna go to the room of... I don't want to say liars. I don't know what that is. It's the instrument. We're gonna have fun. The room of... I don't know how to say that word. I'm gonna embarrass myself on the internet. The room of liars looks like a bit like a conference hall. The kind you might see in an airport hotel. There was a meeting of regional managers here yesterday, followed by some couple's 65th anniversary in the evening. They left a few balloons behind. Worn, plush stacking chairs are set on either side of the lacquered oak tables. In one corner there are wine glasses and a metal pitcher of water, alongside a stainless steel urn for coffee. Ghosts don't need coffee. One particularly nervous ghost is holding a cup anyway. Some habits never die. The bell rings and a ghost appears. I don't know if anybody can outdo Riley. Oh, look at this little nervous gent. Ah! Not that voice. A ghost! Oh God! Sorry. Of course you're a ghost. We all are. I'm still not used to this whole being dead thing. I'm not used to it either. Nothing prepares you for this life. Except this isn't life. Post-life? I feel so lost. When I used to have anxiety attacks, I'd focus on my breathing. Listen to my heart beating. Now I can't breathe. I don't even have blood. Relatable. What does that mean? Take it one step at a time. Steps. Yeah. That's a good one. It took me forever just to learn how to walk on solid ground. When I first woke up, after I died, I fell right through my coffin. Through my own body. Down, down, down. Into the bedrock. Minecraft. It was so dark. What did you do? I seized up. That stopped me from falling. It was like my whole body became corporal. I don't know that word. Not flesh. Just like, you know how if you concentrate, you can pick up objects like that? Except I was the object. And the earth was holding me. It was so quiet there. Stuck in a solid rock. How did you get out? I pulled myself up, away from the heat below. Sort of clawed my way to the surface, through the earth. I felt the rock moving through me. Ah! The bell rings. Oh. That was just the bell. Phew. Thank you for listening. I guess we'll talk more in a bit. Hopefully the other ghosts are as nice as you. That's a lot to handle all at once. Another ghost appears. Oh.
Well, look what we have here.
The ghost voice creaks like ancient wood. I guess I'm close.
The name's Spooky Peter. Hey, Peter!
He tips his hat. Dust spills off the brim.
How did you do? How do you do?
I do okay.
I'd wager otherwise. Like maybe you're scared. Like maybe you've seen a ghost.
Spooky Peter laughs. Or coughs. It's hard to tell. You're definitely spooky.
Thank you for saying so. I've been doing this a while. My record of hauntings goes back long as the door, since the Black Death took me in 65. 1665.
You've seen a lot then.
History happened. Wars. Revolutions. A pandemic. Mostly I read about these things. Mostly I keep to my own. Spookin' and scarin'. Gotten pretty good at it lately. Even been in books. Not always by name, mind you. But you can tell when it's me. The top hat. The fear. All hot and sick. Nobody spooks him like Spooky Peter.
I think he's the spooky shadow top hat man when you start to lose sleep, like when you don't sleep for a few days and you just see a shadow man in your corner. I think Spooky Peter's him. Please tell me someone knows what I'm talking about. I try my best.
Do you? Guess I see it. The potential, I mean. I can help with that.
Teach me your spooky ways.
Now. Spooky Peter doesn't just teach anybody. A rock has potential. Before you throw it through a window. What makes you any better?
He kind of looks like milk, so maybe the milk and the worms.
Grosser. Fair, eh? I suppose I can see that working. Especially if they're drinking the milk when it happens.
Yeah, milk drinkers.
Worms is a leap through, though. Maggots blend in a little better. People are spooked by the unexpected. Messing with something familiar like that. It can be pretty spooky for sure. No way are they going near milk again.
Spooky Peter laughs. Or coughs. It's hard to tell.
So how's that for a lesson?
Useful.
Good. There's more where that came from. If a legendary spookin' is what you're after, then Spooky Peter's gonna take you under his wing, so to speak. You need a solid foundation. It's all about knowing your audience. A good spookin' is in the details.
Wow. The bell rings.
The bell. It means we move on. Guess I'll be seeing you when I come back around.
A thick layer of dust now covers the table. Another ghost appears. Are you kidding me?
Hey, wanna make some money?
Excuse me?
Do you want to make some money? Dollar bills. Cashola. You know the stuff.
How though?
Not so fast. Let me fill this out first. You could be a narc.
What is even going on here?
Classic narc line. I'm just fooling. No narc would dress like that.
Dressed like how?
Like you're dressed. Anyway, you're alright. Offer stands. Money to be made.
Do ghosts even need money?
Technically, no. We don't buy things. But money buys something else now. Favors with the breathers. Influence. Information. The living always want the money. The living buy plenty. The name's Leon, by the way. I rob banks. Don't judge.
Nice to meet you, Leon.
Don't be making this personal. We rob a bank together? That's it. No more contact. At least not for a couple months.
How do we do this? I'll pretend to be interested.
We're ghosts, aren't we? The problem with robbing banks? People see the robbers. But you can see a ghosty. We can walk right in and float that money right on out. Genius, right? It's the perfect crime.
I can't believe I'm humoring you. I don't know how I feel about organized crime. I like my crime to be a little spontaneous.
We might get money out of it. And what are the consequences? The cops are gonna arrest a ghost? No. No. They are not.
There's no harm in hearing you out.
No harm at all. At the very least, they'll break up all the gloom in this room.
Leon looks around at the other ghosts.
Yeesh.
The bell rings.
Nuts. Time to go switch seats. Don't worry. I'll be back. We got more to talk about.
That's fun. Okay. The second round begins. The other ghosts Holy, were they awful. Leon's just a creep. And Spooky Peter, that name is earned. Oof. Also, I think I forgot to introduce myself. My name's Kaio. Is that how you say his name? Chat, let me know. Sorry. No need to be sorry. No need, sure. I'm still sorry, though. My anxiety's getting the best of me. And such situations are tough. This one especially. Leon's a piece of work. I'll say. He actually asked me to rob a bank. Can you believe that? When I told Fran. You told Fran? I feel like I had to. Oh gosh. Does this make me a snitch? Do you think Leon will find out? Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. It's probably for the best, right? Who comes to speed dating? Looking for bank robbers. Leon's got some guts. Or whatever the ghost equivalent is. You're not like other girls. We'll just say they're going well then. At best, dating ghosts is frustrating. Everyone asks the same thing. How did you die? What was your life like? If we were alive, the questions would be like, what kind of food do you like? What's your favorite movie? Dying doesn't make people more interesting. It's Videodrome, by the way. My favorite movie, I mean. My favorite is Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed. What was your life like? Oh, please. Not you too. I'll give you the short version. I was in film studies. I'm a film major. Working my way toward a PhD. In debt. Always pretty sad. I had some good friends, though. I was always studying. One weekend, they convinced me not to study. They said we should go to the lake instead. I couldn't swim. I never learned. You see where this is going. I drowned. Everyone went black and quiet. I woke up dead in a fancy wooden box. Under 6 feet of dirt. That's when I fell deeper. Like I told you before. I hate thinking about it. Why do I always have to dwell on the bad stuff? Well, you are dead. The ultimate downer. I promise I can be fun. What should we do after this? We could go see a movie. I do love movies. But that's not a great first date. Sitting quietly in the dark before we watch a movie. I need to get to know you better. Be sure you're watch a movie with me material. We could go... That seems like a big... We can go to art gallery. Art galleries depress me. Oh my... Half the art is super sad. And all of it's better than anything I could do. Allie, stay away from water in the future. Noted. Noted. Which reminds me that I just wasted my life. So I'm gonna say no to art. Tell you what. I'll come up with something. Something a little different. Hopefully. That sounds good. Yay. Aw, look at his little face. I can't wait to do something with you. That isn't talking about myself. Sorry. The bell rings. See you after we're done.
My spooky protege returns. What knowledge do you seek, protege?
I want to know it all.
In time. A truly spooky ghost requires one thing above all else. Patience.
How do you scare people?
Lots of ways. In older days, it was cracks in the window, the slamming of doors. With electricity came flickering lights. These were pedestrian. Over the ages I learned, if you want to spook 'em good, you must be memorable. You need what my contemporaries call an angle.
So what do you do now?
My method is to be a presence, an entity people feel, but can't quite see, and most surely feel. I'm that looming shadow when your back is turned in the dark, and as you scramble to find the light. Ever get that feeling when you're seeing to your necessaries? Shampoo in your hair, eyes shut. That something's there.
About to get ya. That's me.
Oh, why though?
The rain falls. Bad things happen to good people. I'm why.
Spooky Peter wheezes. Something's rattling around in there. Tell me about the plague.
The man I was died. I won't say much more than I have.
Oh,
I did my life. Now I do something else entirely. You ever been to the mirror world?
what's that?
The place beyond this. But the same as this. You've seen it. But always looking in.
The bell rings.
If you fancy another lesson, come on by that edge of things. I'll show you around the other side.
I'd like that.
Maybe you think you'll like it. Seeing it's another thing entirely. Something spooky than Spooky Peter.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. You'll come in with me while I get a third ghost to watch the door.
Do you know which bank yet?
Absolutely. A secluded branch up on 4th. Board tellers. Lots of older customers. It's a great place to hit.
How did you find it?
A friend put me on it. He's trustworthy. Don't worry.
Leon pulls out some graphing paper.
I drew the layout in pencil. I probably didn't need so much detail. Since we're going in the front door, I just figured it's best to be prepared. Wait. Does this mean you're interested?
Tell me about you first.
Alright, fine. I'll give you my life story. Abridged version. It'll probably help maintain our cover anyway.
Fran walks by. It seems like she's eavesdropping.
The trouble within me is, it's hard not to talk about stealing. I stole candy when I was 9. I switched to stealing beer at 14. I stole my first car a year later. I hit up convenience stores, drive-ins, even held up a laundromat once. I threw my back out, carrying all those quarters.
Did you ever get caught?
Big or small, every heist has a hitch. 3 or 4 went so bad. I was in and out of jail, but I wasn't anything serious until I got a crew together and started doing banks. Even country cops took that seriously. Caught me good after 5. I spent the rest of my life behind bars.
How did you die?
Prison's a hard place, especially when no one trusts you. If there's anything I learned from my dishonest life, it's honesty.
The bell rings.
That's our time. You've heard my pitch. Got to know me a little more than I like. So, what do you say?
Well, obviously, I'm no snitch. I'm not gonna turn him in. I'm no snitch. Are you kidding me? I don't want to straight up turn him down. I wish there could be I wish there's an option that was like, we'll see. I'll just,
Yes! I'll be out this branch at this time.
Leon slides you a slip of paper.
It's been a slice.
I want to go to the mirror dimension, but Kaio's a film major, and I'm a film major. Then again, I don't know if I want to date someone like me. You're down bad for Spooky Peter. Honestly, no one can beat Riley, okay? No one can beat Riley. Riley was top tier, okay? Spooky Peter, second. Spooky Peter is second. Spooky Peter.
You arrived for your date with Spooky Peter.
A hall of mirrors at a roadside carnival. A clown's face, all the smiles and menace, watches over the entrance.
Welcome to my home.
Inside are twisted corridors lined with mirrors. With only a slight reflection, it's especially disorienting to navigate these halls. Spooky Peter leads you to a specific mirror taller than the others. The mirror's face is concave, as if to pull in everything around it.
We are going into this mirror.
I'll follow him. Together, you step inside the mirror.
Welcome to the mirror world, or as it's known here, it.
That's the mirror world spelled backwards.
Do you see the eerie green? That's what happens when an image reflects itself. It takes on an eerie green. The more time a reflection is reflected, the greener it becomes. Just like this.
It's pretty green.
Thank you. Do not be afraid. Nothing here can hurt you. In the mirror world, the physical laws are upended. Upended. Am I really here? Or am I over here? Or am I over here? Perhaps it is all of the above.
Are you fucking me?
Or even nowhere at all.
That's amazing.
I thought you might be impressed. I've practiced these skills for ages. Centuries. It is not easy being green. Now come with me. The spooking hour approaches. That's 3 a.m. in case you're wondering.
Where are we going?
We are headed to a brownstone. A walk-up I know quite well. The second-floor apartment. In a house going on 100 years. A student of the arts named Paul has moved in. He heard the rumors. The house is haunted, they say. He ignored them. The cost was worth the fear.
Together, you and Spooky Peter fly through the void, passing countless mirrors, even in reverse, each peering into a life still being lived.
Each mirror in the living world is actually a door. Staring into one long enough in the dark, or saying a spirit's name 3 times, that's like knocking.
After a short trip through the Oblivion, Alexa, play Oblivion by Grimes.
You arrive at a particularly decorative mirror. A splendid haunt.
Spooky Peter leads you through the mirror glass into a long hall lined with bricks on one side. There are still boxes in the hall. The mirror you stepped through is propped up against the wall. At the far end is a massive kitchen with original marble tile that does well to hide its age.
Paul is sleeping. Let's get to spookin'.
Ooh! Spooky Peter leads you through the closed bedroom door, where a man in his 20s is sound asleep on a mattress. He is snoring loudly. Spooky Peter floats to one shadowy corner by the open window, then motions for you to do the same. The curtain flaps over Peter's shadowy visage. He stands silently, hat bent slightly forward. He's just standing there. Should we shake the bed?
Patience, protege. The aim is to be a presence, not a threat.
Spooky Peter stands motionless for several minutes. Wait, no, 40 minutes! 40 minutes of doing nothing but standing there. Finally, he moves away from the corner.
Watch, protege, as I tighten the knot.
Spooky Peter sinks into the hardwood floor. The old wood lets out a loud creak, creak, creak.
As steady as a pulse.
Paul is still snoring. Peter moves into the ceiling and starts to scratch. Scritch, scritch, scritch. Like raspy breaths. Paul is still snoring. Peter is starting to look annoyed. He floats over to Paul and peeks in his ear.
Some sort of orange foam. It obstructs his ear canal. preventing him from hearing us. Again, I am thwarted by the progress of man.
You scratch with one nail, long and deep above Paul's head. It leaves a long vertical line in the plaster. We'll make it pointing down.
Menacing, but open to interpretation. The fear this will bring so brings me butterflies. I am proud of you, protege. Truly, you are spooky this day.
Spooky Peter leads you back into the hallway mirror, back through the weird mirror world of his...
A fractal realm on this dull side of the Tane.
What he said. Eventually, you reach the mirror that leads back to where you came in.
Well, this is me. Thank you for the company.
This was fun.
I am pleased. Before we return to the physical world, I should warn you. Time behaves differently in the mirror world. What may have felt like hours was in fact years. A decade has passed since we began this date. I speak in jest. It's barely been the length of a talkie. The look of fear in your face. Spooky Peter has spooked you good.
He tips his hat to say goodbye. More dust falls from the brim.
Guess I'll be seeing you.
A breeze picks up and the rest of him blows away. Sorry about this one. I didn't even have to kiss him. Thank God.